Hey guys, welcome to the Swan River Heavy Duty Shop. Hey, you guys gonna be working in here? One of the things we have to do is clean up after ourselves. Hey, we got some garbage cans kicking around, right? Simple enough. Part of the floor is nice and clean, not only swept up, hey, it's washed. So all the dust is gone. Over here, we got a hose laying around yet. Hey, we got hose reels, so simple enough. It's not hard work. Just gotta wind it up and get her out of the way. When you're winding it up, you're gonna see it's gonna want a bunch on one side. So if you get a rag and direct the hose across, hey, be just like doing up a winch, wind her up nice and by using a rag, your hands won't get dirty and it'll actually clean up the hose at the same time. So if there's any oil or dirt or any grease on there, hey, it cleans that up. Let's see, over here we got some oil dripping off of this diff. If there's any oil on the floor at all, we have to clean it up immediately. It's a tripping hazard, or guys will track through it. So if that was black oil, it'll just keep on multiplying around the shop and make one heck of a mess. So a quick wipe with a rag, a shop towel, and if we use some super clean or brake clean, if it's really greasy oil, then hey, that'll clean it up like it was never there. We can also use floor dry. So we have these yellow pails with some nice floor dry in it. If we put floor dry on it, yes, it'll soak up that oil, but then we have floor dry to pick up. So if we just do it with a rag right off the bat, we'll make less work. I just wanted to show you this case backhoe we have over here. I've been doing an extensive amount of work to it, but we still have a couple oil leaks underneath it. So what we did was throw floor dry over here because every night it keeps on dripping. So by putting a little bit of floor dry, it contains that oil and it'll be a nice cleanup when we have to move this. So back to this area, before we start sweeping, we got to pick up any parts. You've noticed there's already parts that are located on the storage rack, so that way it's nice and organized and that way parts don't go missing. And we have a piece of foam here. This is one out of one of the tool kits, so we really shouldn't have that just laying around. It should go back in the tool kit. Otherwise, if it's gone in garbage, hey, it's gone. Let's see, hey, we got also a cardboard box over here. Shouldn't really locate that on the floor. If we're going to be doing any washing, we have to pick that up because otherwise the parts in there, yeah, there's some parts in there, and if they're going to get wet, you try to return a wet parts box, not going to happen. So that stuff has to be picked up before any washing. For this area, hey, we'll pick up any big debris, then we'll grab a broom and dustpan. We have many of them located around the shop. There's also squeegees on these racks as well. And there's enough for everybody. If everybody pitches in, hey, be short work for everybody, and just taking off in the middle of cleanup, hey, that stuff's gonna get noticed. You don't need to be doing that. So after we got it swept up and any of the stuff pushed into the garbage cans, I'm gonna show you the hose reels here for our water. We've got a nice one here. We got 100 feet on it. And then there's additional hoses, so for the other taps that are around the shop, we hook her up and we could flood the floor down really nice and quick. That gets rid of all the dust and any other material that's on the floor. Keep in mind, these nozzles, that'll spray 20-30 feet. So if we're going to be spraying them, let's see this one hooked up. Oh, this one is right now. There. Oh, really, I could spray probably 20-30 feet, which is fine for what we're doing. Please don't spray other students. If somebody's not ready for it and jumps to the side, perhaps they'll run, smoke themselves against a door like this. If you get any sharp edges, they're going to cut themselves, maybe impale themselves if there's a shaft sticking out of something. This is a heavy duty shop. This really isn't a playground by any means. So something as simple as spraying somebody else with water might be fun out in the yard. Hey, not going to happen here though. Okay, so once we do have the water hose laid out, then the first thing we want to do is actually start spraying the first foot of the wall. Keep in mind that there is a lot of outlets located on the bottom part of the wall. We don't want to spray those. So once we spray from the bottom of the wall, work our way to the center. Hey, the shop's all nice and sloped down to the middle. We'll get most of the dirt that way, and then we're going to get the squeegees and give her a good push. If there's any mud or chunks of stuff, we'll have to just pick it up instead of pushing into the drain. it's actually a really tough drain to clean out. So if we could be mindful of that, would be great. And we'll have a safe, clean shop.